Okay, I think we're connecting now. Let's just make sure everything hooks up right. Starting. Let's just make sure everything hooks up right. All right, and we've got sound at least coming through Mixer as well. We've got YouTube up. Connor Halligan, hi, how are you doing today? We have got Twitch is good. Looks like it's live here. Let me just give that a quick test. And Mixer. And let's make sure that comes through. Yeah, looks good. How are you doing today, Connor Halligan? What's new and exciting? I figured today will be another more casual day. I wanted to draw us a cool monster and maybe ink him up. So if you guys have any ideas about what kind of monster you'd like to see, let me know. I was thinking some like demons or something. I am going to change the... Hey Jared, how are you? I am going to change the exposure here because it's really... That white is just really, really bright. So hopefully this will help. Let's turn it down and let's turn the gain up a pinch. Let's see how that looks. You guys can see that circle, right? I hope. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, guys. So let's get started, shall we? I figured, like I said before, I figured we're going to draw a cool monster, ink it in, go through that process. And my process for drawing stuff always starts with sketching before moving on to the more final thing. You know, so you guys can throw out ideas if you want or whatever. But like I said, I was thinking some like demons or something like that would be cool. I don't know. I'm just in that mood for like some weird, crazy, just like badass, cybernetic, evil creature things. You know, I don't know. Something that you don't want to like run into. I don't know, when you're trapped on a space station on Mars or something. I don't know. Okay. But, yeah, I'm just kind of, at this point, I'm just kind of throwing stuff out that's rolling around. And I have an idea for, like, a skull with, like, tusks. Kind of in it. I have no idea. Maybe sharp teeth down there at the bottom. You know. And I don't know if that could be the creature's face. I have no idea. We could do it as like that's like the creature's symbol or whatever. Maybe they're like some kind of crazy nightmarish Duke of Hell or something like that. I don't know. So I don't know. Once again, just kind of drawing it in there. It's a good idea, I think, to just let your subconscious just go from time to time. I tend to do it all the time. But that is just me. There we go. Some cracks in the skull, something like that. Cool. Okay, that's a good start. I like it. It's just something weird. We can go from there. How about we do like a body shape at this point now? And I definitely want this thing to have like big honking guns and like cybernetic parts and stuff like that. I think that would be a lot of fun to draw in. Could I draw the Wendigo? Sure. No problem. I can do a Wendigo. Give me 1 second here to just throw in this body pose, Connor, and then we will Wendigo it up. Maybe he's got a big old nightmare sword here. Something like that, I don't know. Big, huge horns. That'll do for now. All right, so first request of the day, Wendigo. Let's do it. So when I think, hi Peggy, how are you? When I think of the Wendigo, that's the old like Native American type myth, or like Northern Canadian myth of like you eat flesh and you become this like flesh-eating monster in the snowy forest. Is that where, or is everybody on the same page with that? Is that what people think of when they think Wendigo? Flesh-eating, cold-weather forest monstrosity. Not even forest, like mountainous, you know. If everybody's on the same page with the lore of the Wendigo, we can go from there. But yeah, I, you know, read about like old myths and legends and stuff like that, and that's kind of where that, I hear about that. I remember a old story from, what the heck was it called? Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. If anybody remembers Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, they had a Wendigo story that freaked me out when I was a kid. Hold on 1 second here. I once again clumsily dropped my pencil sharpener, so now I gotta pick up the shavings. Peggy's thinking of Charmed. I never watched too much Charmed. What does the Wendigo look like in Charmed, Peggy? I don't know why, but I think it's from drawing that demon. I'm in like a buff dude drawing phase here. Like, this guy's really buff. Should our Wendigo be emaciated, though? Like he was starving out in the woods? Something like that. There's also that game Until Dawn, which I haven't played and really want to. And I know that has Wendigos in it. But I'm not sure what they look like. So what do you guys think? Should this Wendigo be buff? Like a beast? Should it be emaciated, like starving? Let me know. Like a hairy Bigfoot. Aren't all Bigfoots hairy? I think I know what you're trying to say. But, yeah. We'll have this Wendigo here, as I'm just sketching it, have a, what the heck is the word? Like a human spinal cord here. Let's get, if we're doing this right, let's get our good pal Dana out. I have her in the Jason hockey mask. But here we go. So that angle would be like, yeah, kind of like that, at least from where I'm sitting. So let me set her over here. and I can get that in a little bit better. Sorry if my arm's blocking the way. Here, but give me 1 second to draw this in. Just right. There we go. I have never played Until Dawn, and I'd really like to. I love adventure games like that. They're a blast. So Until Dawn is like right up my alley, but I don't have a PlayStation 4, unfortunately. I wonder if I can get it like on the PC. Just quick and dirty, add that human skull in there. So what do you guys want? Like, do you want a big, buff, hairy, Bigfoot looking thing? Would you like an emaciated, like, creature crawling around? Would you like something that looks somewhat humanish, not very humanish, etc.? It's up to you guys. I think that the Wendigo, regardless, needs to have like kind of like a big mouth. Like the mouth needs to be emphasized. To emphasize like their hunger or eating, I think is important. So we could do that. There we go. Uh-oh. One of the sisters, Phoebe, turns into a Wendigo. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a name of someone that I know is on Charmed. Is it a show worth watching, Peggy? I've heard mixed things about Charmed, but, you know, it wouldn't have gone for like 8 seasons if people didn't like it. Is it worth checking out? Piper, okay. So I would assume that you would say yes, it is definitely worth checking out. Oh, maybe I'll have to check it. Maybe I'll check it out then too. I know you can. I think they're streaming on Netflix or Amazon currently. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's cool. So what do you guys think? Should our Wendigo be like in a pit of bodies or something? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that pose. That was just really quick. So let's do a couple little quick pose studies here. Try to get at things we can do. We could have the Wendigo chowing down on some like campers or something like that. That might be kind of fun. Some guys like arm. I don't know. Should the Wendigo hulk out and get bigger than a normal person, or is it still person-sized? That's going to be the question. We shall see. Indeed. Yeah, I've been watching Babylon 5. So I'm super into that right now. That's where I'm at. But I love good like genre TV. You know, like Highlander, Charmed. I know, I don't watch it, but I understand. Like I like genre TV shows. Buffy, stuff like that is awesome. Jared, I like where your head's at. I dig it. All right, let's try something like that. So we have our normal guy. Just drawing a normal dude here. With arms like a person would have, and legs. Okay. So that's our more or less normal figure there. Just a quickie. And how can we kind of warp it then? So I'm going to go with, first of all, we're going to hunch him over. Let's have their legs kind of... Do we want to give them like werewolf type legs? Like the leg that instead of a normal human leg being like that. If that makes sense. We could give them like dog type legs like that. I don't know if that fits with the Wendigo though. Hello, Lightbringer, how are you doing? Let's see if Light Duck appeared in the chat. Oh. That's too bad. I started to watch your video on doing it in Illustrator. So cool stuff. So what do you guys think about the legs? Do you want the A, regular human legs, or B, kind of like werewolf type legs? So first step, we're going to hunch him over like that. Let's go to a new page here. Yeah, Buffy and Angel are great. And the charmed werewolf looks, or the charmed Wendigo looks like a werewolf. Okay. So let's have, we're going to be kind of hunched. Hunched over. Arms are kind of forward, chest is back. Let's make the arms like really long. The better to grab you with or give good hugs. And let's see. Light is saying deer legs. So kind of like that. I hope you guys can see that. So that's kind of going to be the beginning of our, just the proportions of the body. And we can monkey around with it from there. Let's put the head out a little bit more. And then should it, like I said, I want the mouth to definitely be pretty prominent on this thing. Should it have a long face? Why the long face? Should it have like a, maybe not a snout, but just like an elongated mouth area? kind of werewolfy, kind of not. I think, Jared, I like your idea of that mid-transformation thing, so maybe it's like the face is stretching out further. And the long hair here. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so we got our human face right in there with eyeballs like people have. Let's make the nose like it's stretching out here. You could see the nostrils. And then the teeth are really gnarly. Something like that. Does that work for you guys? Like a long nightmare face? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe pseudo pointed ears here. Straggly hair. What do you guys think of the face there? Yay or nay? I don't know. Maybe... Maybe we'll do something just completely like bonkers with it. Like we could just have like a normal head here and just have that mouth just extend like it's just completely crazy. Like that, something like that, I don't know. Just give him like a normal nose, normal eyes. I don't know. I have not decided. And then if he's running around the woods, I'm just imagining like a crazy haircut, but maybe it's some guy that maybe he's just been Wendigo'd, so he's still got like his normal haircut. Like, I was going to do a side part, but then I thought he'd look like Hitler. And that's not good. Or maybe it is. Maybe Hitler was a Wendigo. Dun dun dun. You know, I've seen a lot of movies that are set in World War II. Like, or involve Hitler in some way, like they saved Hitler's brain, stuff like that. There's our Hitler. But I don't know if I've ever seen Hitler as a werewolf. If anybody knows, if anybody's seen a Hitler werewolf movie or Hitler as a vampire movie, let me know. Wendigo with a pompadour. We could do that. He's just a rockabilly guy. Out on the town. Rockabilly Wendigo. He's going to rock around the clock tonight, you guys. And eat some human flesh. That's a pretty bad pompadour. I just drew in there. You guys can't tell what the heck that is. All right. Decision time. Let me sharpen this guy up. Let me throw the glow mask off to the side here. Well, one last thing we could do is just go with a straight up, like, crazy looking, like, deer face kind of a thing. Like a skull face or something like that might be cool. He's a rockabilly Wendigo. Something like that, I don't know. Like a crazy spirit of the woods. But I think with the thinness of the face, we'd have less emphasis on that mouth. Unless we drew just like blood oozing out of it. If anybody has any thoughts on the matter, let me know. I don't know if I kind of like that. But, you know, I just did an image search here for Wendigo to see if I could get any inspiration. And, like, tons of people do that skull face thing. So, I don't know if I want to do that. That seems like ripping off too much. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with just like the kind of like emaciated, just like crazy looking human face. Stretching that out. And there was sharp teeth in there. Kind of looks like Bat Boy. Maybe I've been playing too much of The Forest, because now I'm imagining like the bald cannibal guys that are running around. I don't know. Okay, Peggy, I'll look it up from Charm. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it's like very human-esque, but like hairy. It's kind of like between a werewolf and something else. I don't know about that big open mouth on mine. I don't know. Let's see. Let's give it one more go here. See if we can find something cool. Because that's, I don't know, this is maybe a little goofy. That one right there. I don't know, Hitler and Pompadour still work. We could draw a rock and roll Bigfoot maybe if you guys wanted. That's cool too. Let's see. One more go here with the Wendigo face. Humanoid, give that cranium there. Look up the Until Dawn Wendigo. Alright, coming right up. Okay, so yeah, they're very emaciated, which I like. And then they look mostly humanoid. Like human, just with that crazy teeth. So, looks like we're on the right track for that. I dig it. I dig it. All right, so let's go with something like that. On a similar vein as this one. Just like warped and mutated kind of stuff. Do like the sharp teeth. Sharp teeth are good. Okay. Oh, something like that. We could play with it. But before we waste too much more time, let's get out our piece of illustration paper. I'm going to just set this off to the side. And there we go, all measured out, all ready to rock and or roll. So let me set it. Let me zoom it in just slightly. And we'll get going. There we go. Good deal. Hello, Tomas Kovacs. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We are doing a Wendigo right now. But Freddy Krueger, we will be visiting him maybe on another one. And if we have time at the end of the stream, I usually do quick sketches and get that stuff like that done. So, but thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. All right. So let's do our Wendigo here. I'm going to draw in the head. And now I'm just kind of free-forming. We're going to kind of do a mix of the Until Dawn style and the Charm style with the hairiness, stuff like that. And a mouth full of sharp teeth. A big, nice, wide, open mouth here. There we go. I'm imagining the jaw detaches like a snake almost. Opens up wider than it should. That would be fun. Hello, Bee Killer. How you doing today? All right, we'll work about the shading here later, but I'm going to have the light source coming from here and kind of in front. So where the shadows are going to be is over here, and then everything underneath. Like around the eyes are definitely going to be shaded in around here. So what I want to do. Oh, Bee Killer, no problem, no problem. Schoolwork always comes first. Alright, we'll do that kind of emaciated, long-armed look that we discussed earlier here. We'll give some hairy bits. Like Piper had on Charmed, apparently. I'm going to start watching Charmed, Peggy, definitely. Okay, so that's cool. Let's do... What's he going to be holding, guys? What do you think that should be in this dude's hand here? Now, Wendigos are nature spirits that eat human flesh. What should be in his hand? You guys decide, and I will draw in the other hand here. Showing the ribs. Maybe in his hand he would have like a... I don't know, a human skull, or maybe somebody's guts. A heart? A human heart? Hidden Valley Ranch? Oh, jeez. It's so delicious. This Wendigo's got good taste. I'm talking about the heart, of course, not the Hidden Valley Ranch. Alright, let's erase that there. I like the heart idea. I think that'd be good. So we're going to need to do some adjustments then on these hands to accommodate a human heart. And now I get to look up pictures of a human heart. So, yay. I'm super excited about this. Okay, so far they are all just drawings. Come on, picture of an actual human. Oh, there we go. Okay, yes. Good times. Good times. I think the human heart idea is good because, you know, it's Valentine's Day coming up, and that's a good time if you have a human heart to give it to someone. So that's good. Not your own, of course, but somebody else's human heart. Of course. Don't give your own heart away. You need that. That's some Pablo Picasso type stuff right there. Pablo Picasso apparently... Or was it not Picasso? What am I talking about? Van Gogh. I'm an idiot. Okay, so human heart time, everybody. Let's do this thing. And because there's so many nice diagrams here, first we're going to draw in this is the aorta, I think. No, that's going to be the pulmonary trunk right there. Then behind that is going to be the aorta. And that's all going to go into this super cool big old vein right here. And that vein, let's see, where's my other? Aha! Is the ventricular cordis magna. Is going to run right down there. Good stuff. And then over here, the anterior coronaria dextra. Yeah. So good times. Good times, you guys. And then back in here, we're going to have the superior vena cava floating off this way. And all this is just going to be dumping blood all over this dude's hand. Because it isn't Valentine's Day unless you get just a little bit messy. Covered in blood. So there's our human heart. What should the background be for this guy, you guys? Forest, cave. I don't know. I'm thinking forest right now. But, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Forest, cave, shopping mall. I don't know. A ruined campsite. I think that's a good idea. Well, I'm going to try my best there with that, Jared, to get the, what's the word I'm looking for? To get the campsite in there. But it might, with the angle he's at, it might be tough. But we'll try our best here. Because I feel like we're almost looking up at him. So, like, the tents would be here on the ground. Like in there. I don't know. It might be hard to really tell that it's a tent. You know what I mean? But we can try it. What do we got to lose? Just our sanity. There's some tents there. And then we're going to do some trees behind it. And we're going to Bob Ross some trees in here. Just put them in there. It's your world. Maybe a Wendigo lives right here. So some trees in there. These are some nice like pines with those long, long trunks. Long, slender trunks with all the branches coming off of them. We'll do green behind there. And I think that's a good start, and I think we can start our markerizing now. I know. I know, like, I need to put one, right there, just like, boom, like, completely cut this drawing off. It just covers up his entire face, the human heart, so all you see is the arms sticking out of the sides. That's going to look super good, you guys. Super good. But you know what? You know what? My point still stands, because good old Bobby Ross, he would still do, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like trees in the background like that. You know what I mean? He'd throw that in there. Bob Ross is awesome. Okay, so we're going to need some dark greens here. I'm going to start with, appropriately enough, pine tree green. Connor, I am unsure. I initially thought about that. I think that would look cool with the white. However, I think it's going to be really tough with how it's set up. Considering my plan was initially to do dark green back here in these, you know, the behind the trees area. The trees themselves would be in kind of like a brownish, the background almost blending in. And I think I've changed up the light source, that it's going to be coming from a campfire down here, kind of shining up onto the face, if that makes sense. But we can try, we can try some snow on some of these branches. I don't know how well that's going to come out, but we'll give it a try. So we just got to be careful around going around the major branch areas here. Doesn't have to be insane amounts of carefulness, but there it is. See, Bob Ross had it easy, man. He's like, I don't need to go around, I don't need to draw a round squat. He's like, I'm just going to take some titanium white and boom, snow. There's your snow. I wish Bob Ross was alive today to wonder what he'd say about, like, you know, markers and stuff. I wonder what his opinion would be. If he'd like it, or if he'd be like, well, I think they suck. I don't know. Either way. There we go. Yep. As I'm coloring, I'm realizing that Pine Tree Green G29 is running out of ink. Super good. Super great. I'm excited about that. And I'm being sarcastic. I'm not very excited. But that's okay. We're going to make do with what we got, and we're going to soldier on through it. And to quote one of our wisest figures in politics, get her done. That's right. Lawrence the Cable Guy. The voice of Tow Mater. Alright. Let's do this side here. This is really running out of ink quick. So I gotta be quick with this. Ooh. Great. Good. Light, I have not. I started watching the video. Being that it's pretty long, I actually like to watch it. So I haven't gotten all the way there yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Were you happy with how it turned out? I think that's the question I want to know. And how does it look like zoomed out? Okay, there we go. Because that's with one of those little emoticon things, that's going to be a big question. When you finally zoom out, how does it look from a distance? From a distance. Oh. Okay, there we go. Nope, I'm a trooper, man. 2 hours, psh, I'm in it to win it. There we go. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to work big and then go to small size, because you never realize, like, oh, all this cool detail I was putting in is kind of meaningless when you zoom it out. All right, start putting in these tree trunks here. This is E39. It's called Leather. It's got a nice bit of orange to it. I'm not sure how well the camera is picking that up, but it's got a nice, almost like a reddish terracotta-ness to it, which I dig. And I'm just putting in like random branches here and there, like that. And we'll be going over again and again in this background with some probably warm grays too, so I'm not too worried about it. The background is mostly incidental. As long as you guys get the impression of forest, I think then it's a successful background. Loading up. Oh, it turned out good. I like it. I think one of your problems are that the eyes, it looks like they're green in the pupil areas. I think they need to be darker so they show up more. Try that first, and if that's not making it feel a little better for you, I would then put a defining line between the two eyes. I would say that might help out. Maybe, I don't know. Okay. This is G46 Mistletoe. Just kind of giving some in there. And once again, I'm not too worried about the tree trunks or anything like that. Get a little green in there, that's no problem. Kind of makes it all feel uniform. And I think that's good for now. Yeah, I could see that, them not seeming green at all then. But they would be a lot more defined. But if you definitely want green eyes, yeah, you're going to have to figure out something. Maybe even doing like a super dark, almost black kind of green, like just a slim border. I don't know. So now I'm going to go around the edges where there's the most shadow here for this guy. just real quick with this. And if the light's coming from the bottom, then the tops of his brows, underneath of the eyes, on top of the nose here would be in shadow. And then if the upper portion of the lip recedes back, so we're gonna shade that in. So the underside of the nose would definitely be right here at the top part of the bulb of the chin. Above the cheeks, tops of the ears. There we go. Hey Bear Bear, how you doing today? Can I drive? Yeah, yes. Yes, Bear Bear, I am a licensed driver. And I know how to do it. Alright, before it gets too bananas, let's get some of this blood put in. And I want the blood to be really bright. So we're going to use Red 17 Lipstick Orange. Coming from the mouth there. And then, of course, this human heart. Is going to be bleeding all over the place. But for now, let's just get some of it in. Just oozing off his hands here. Light 3 bananas. I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what that means, but I will take your 3 bananas. Thank you. I hope that's a good thing. I hope 3 nanners is a positive emoticon. Okay, so we're going to use, let's see here, start with this Earth 34. They changed the name, but it used to be Oriental. But I can't remember what it is now, but I have the old school one, collector's item. So we're going to add in, and this is going to be where the hairy bits are. Thank you. Okay, cool. See, part of it is once the words leave my mouth, I can't remember what I just said. It's ridiculous. I'm really bad with that. Do I play mobile games? Not really. I used to love like Angry Birds, and I loved this game called Pixel Dungeon. It was like a roguelike. Every time you went in, the dungeon was randomized and different. I thought that was a blast. But generally not. Like, I know people love those like warfare games and stuff. But generally not. Thank you for the 4-leaf clovers. I'm going to need the luck to get this drawing done and looking awesome. This would be in shadow here. And I do like Marvel. I used to read a ton of Marvel comics, but I've recently switched over to DC in the comics realm, but I love like the Marvel movies and stuff still. Okay. So that's cool. That was with Cashew to shade in the dark areas, this Oriental to do the other sections. And let's move on to... Let's give this guy a nice all-over shade with Blue Violet 20, Dull Lavender. But since it's so light, I'm going to do some erasing here first to just get all these errant pencil lines, because it will trap the pencils. The Room Old Sins. Now, Peggy, I doubt it, but is that by any chance a mobile puzzle game based off of Tommy Wiseau's masterpiece, The Room? Because if so, I'm going to stop the stream and download it right now, because that would be amazing. Contest of Champions and Future Fights. Cool. I'll have to check them out, Bear Bear. And the Batman, the Gotham by Gaslight. No, I'm chomping at the bit to see it. I love those Warner Brothers DC animated movies. Are just awesome. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that one. Again, I'm going to try to stick to the shadowed areas here. Let's erase up near the face. Was it good? The Gotham by Gaslight. Good, good. Peggy, are you saying Gotham by Gaslight's the newest of the series? Or are you saying that Room game is the latest in a series of like Room games? Oh, don't spoil it for me, Bear Bear, because I do want to watch it. Normally I don't care about spoilers, but I would like to be surprised this time. That sounds fun and exciting. Okay. Get that in there. Good deal, good deal. Alright, and now we're going to start adding in a little bit of the yellow and oranges where the firelight's going to be hitting. Which should be on like the pecs underneath the chest. We're going to need to erase the jawline because it's going to be hitting there. I don't want that pencil to get trapped. Bear Bear, that sounds good to me. I do like death. The underside of the nose, the underside of the eyebrows, right in there. The underside of the cheekbones. The underside of the ribs. Now we're going to shadow in this area a bit under here, but we still need a good bit of light hitting it before it recedes into darkness of sorts. And then some on the hands here. Underside of the arms, like that. The front of the biceps. Fingers. There we go. There we go. We're working at it. We're working at it. Let me go back in with... We're going to use Blue Violet 00. This is called Mauve Shadow. To kind of increase these shadows just a pinch. And there too. Back of the knuckles. That hand is going to be a problem area. I can just feel it. But there we go. That sounds good. Justice League Dark was really good, I thought. I liked it a lot. Alright, we're going to go in with a red 00, pinkish white. Add just a little bit of nice pinkish creaminess to some areas of this yellow. I think it's going to improve just the overall feel of the thing. There. And good deal. And then we can go in with yellow red 000 silk. To block in these bigger areas here for now. And then we'll tone them down just a little bit later. Let's erase some of this. Yeah, I love Justice League Dark. I love the ones with Damian Wayne in it. Like the Teen Titans one, the Lazarus Contract one, whatever it's called. And what is it? Batman versus Robin, they call it. Alright, so we go back to our cashew color. The areas behind him that are dark and shadow here. Tops of the thighs. And then we're going to go back into, where is it? Blue Violet 20, Dull Lavender. Yeah, I haven't been reading much of Batman. My wife and I read Nightwing, which has been awesome. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey. But we don't pick up Batman regularly, and I'd like to. I've heard it's been excellent. The comics, that is. And then the shadows of the arms are going to be here. The shadow of this human heart that's pumping out blood. Right there, and the hands that are holding it. So that's cool. Alright, good. Let's go back in with our yellow. Under there. Oh, I'm sure I will, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Some nice, really yellow highlights here. Yeah, maybe I'll pick that up at Redbox here this weekend. Sunday, my wife goes out of town for a week. So I got the place to myself. It's going to be a Colin eats pizza and watches movies kind of week, you guys. So good. Pizza, the greatest food ever created. Alright guys, it's poll time. Pizza or tacos? Debate amongst yourselves. Maybe we will, Bear. Maybe we will, man. The winds of fate blow strangely, or something to that effect. You never know what's going to happen. We got pizza. Although I recently understood about Tigers love taco seasoning. Huh. I wonder if I'm part tiger then. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say, yeah, I am. That's interesting. I wonder if there's something in their like makeup that makes taco seasoning really appeal. Although taco seasoning is great. Do you guys ever have a taco pizza? It's amazeballs. You never know, Bear Bear. You never know. Okay, let's get these tent flaps in. Like so. What color should the tents be, you guys? I was initially thinking green to blend it with the background, but I don't know if that's going to be too much green there. Maybe like an olive green. I'm a lone wolf. Jared Johnson, tiger blood. Probably tastes like taco seasoning if you ever chow down on it. Who drank tiger blood? Was that Charlie Sheen? Was that Charlie Sheen? Orange tents. Brownish green. Ooh, decisions. Orange would be a little tougher, I would think, to do. Well, these, I'm kind of imagining these as old school tents. We could try orange, but yeah, I was thinking more of a muted tone that blends in. I think the front definitely needs to have some of that firelight look coming on to it. So we're going to do that just a little bit. So we're going to split the difference here. So it's got a little bit of that firelight spilling onto the front. But the overall color of the thing is, I think, going to be... I kind of want to go with the greenish color. But much darker on the sides. We're going to use a warm number 5 to do that. Was that was Charlie Sheen? Okay, cool. Yeah, he's probably chowing down on it, and he's like, taco seasoning. I taste cumin. I taste cayenne pepper flake. What a nut. Okay, that's pretty good. So then we get our local color here. I'm going to use dim green then to do the front, which is light, but not like Lightbringer in the chat, just L-I-G-H-T, light. I know there are restaurants that serve exotic animals, like you can get like, you know, I don't know, like grizzly bear meat or whatever. But I don't know, you guys. That doesn't appeal that much. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Bear, it's no secret, actually. I am over 200 years old, and yes, I killed those ladies in Whitechapel. What can I say? I just can't stop. And then we got to get the shadow here. Like that. That's good. There we go. Cool. Down here, I'm just going to kind of just start shading in. It's just going to be dark, and that's all there is to it. A little darker and a little greener there. Let's see, where's my green? We're going to go with, we used green 28 before, ocean green. No, we used pine tree green. We're going to use ocean green. It's very similar. Did you ever see the movie or read the graphic novel From Hell? They're kind of different things. Remember when Johnny Depp, it was good when he was in a movie? Does anybody remember those times? Like anytime they announce Johnny Depp in a movie, I'm like, ugh. But back in the day, like when he was in From Hell, it was a big deal and it was awesome. I don't know. Bear, that's cool, man. Yep. Britain does have a cool history, and lots of it, too. But I don't know, you guys. I think us Americans, we have a good history. We have a cool history, too. Remember that time that UFO crashed outside of Roswell, New Mexico in 1947? America! Do you guys remember that time Bat Boy ran for president of the United States of America and only Weekly World News had the stones to run a story on it? I do. America! Does anybody else have any great American history tidbits they'd like to share? Let's get patriotic up in here for a couple minutes. I'm feeling it. Yeah, Bear, I'd agree with you. Pretty much everything you can find something awesome about. That is very true. Like, take Ethiopia. Remember that time they found those lost Doctor Who episodes in Ethiopia? It's good times. Good times indeed. Jared, yes, thank you for correcting. America. Do you guys remember that time that Benedict Arnold was a traitor? I do. I was there, man. Alright, we're getting those trees in. Oh. Americana. I am a slice of good old-fashioned Americana. Do you guys remember that time in American history? You might have learned about it in American history class. I don't know. But that time we made the movie Star Wars. The first one, when it was good. I remember when Star Wars was good. But you know what? They filmed the first Star Wars in Great Britain. Gremlins is a good movie. Let's see here. Got to to get some gray tones for our human heart. Put that in there. And more red. I think the messier and grosser, the better. Some light mahogany for shading on the top areas that are darker. Peggy, your first date was going to see Gremlins. Yeah, yep, he's a keeper. That's pretty awesome. My first date with my wife, we were going to go see the movie Daredevil with Ben Affleck, but we missed the movie and didn't get a chance to see it. Oh well. Daredevil. Ugh. Dodged a bullet on that one. Oh, your first date was Star Wars. The first one. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Still a keeper. Your husband has probably lasted better than Star Wars, the actual movie, has. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't let it go. You broke my heart, Star Wars. You broke my heart. Alright, and then we're going to add some yellow here into the heart area. Getting some of that reflective light, which we like so much. And let's see, a little more blood with our red 17. I agree. Ben Affleck, I like him as Batman. Daredevil, though, didn't really care for that. Okay. We're going to save the mouth for later, but I want to darken in this background a bit. Some of this gray tone here. There we go. Keep it dark and woodsy, folks. This makes me want to go camping, this picture. I don't know about anybody else. If anybody else is like feeling it. This is pale olive, and I'm just adding in a couple streaks here and there, just to give some additional color tones in the trees. Doesn't need to be crazy or anything, but just here and there, it's nice to have it so it's not all a uniform green. I still haven't seen Justice League yet. What did you guys think about it? Because I know, I bet you somebody in the chat has seen Justice League. This is Yellow Green 21 called Agate, which is a really, or Anise, sorry, which is a really neat color. I like it a lot. It's like a bit of green in the yellow, which I dig. There we go. Okay. And I still want that background to be darker. What am I going to do for that? I could use this mistletoe. I don't know if that would darken it too much. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We'll get that in there. There we go. And then I do want, looking at that trees to be just toned down a pinch. So I'm going to use this Earth 31 here. Just to tone them down just a wee bit. That's pretty cool. And then we're going to darken it with the Green 43 Pistachio near the tips, near the top. As the trees recede away from the firelight, they just get a little bit darker near the top. This one's kind of in the back. And let's hit it with warm green, or warm, number 5 as well. There we go. Good deal. Good deal. Okay. There we go. Cool. All right, I think we're going to start inking now. Let me shut the old marker case, leaving a couple out. And here we go. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that Conan video I just did on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to pull a trick out of that book, and I'm going to ink with some different colors here. So we've got Peat Brown, Sunshine Yellow, and Brilliant Green is what I'm going to use. I'm going to start with the brown here. And our trusty little dipstick. And a couple of squirts of that. Try to get some of that color out. Perfect. And then just like 1 or 2 drops here of the black is all we're going to need. And there we go. Mix it up. And what do we have? It's pretty good. It's probably going to look pretty black on the video for you guys. But it's kind of a brownish color. I just think black would be just a little harsh. So this is where we're going to start adding in the hair. Like we talked about our Charmed style guy. Yeah, let's see. That's better. Part of the problem, I love these inks, these Winsor & Newton inks like this. But they're you can see right through them, they're very translucent. And Jared. Okay, so here's what I would recommend. And this is good because these things are on the cheap, I think. The brushes I use, Winsor & Newton. Let me get it up closer here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Anyway, it's a Winsor & Newton Cotman 111 brush. And this is the 000 size. Should be able to see that's 000. This is the bigger size. This is 0. The 000 is a nice size for a thin line, but these hold their tip really well. They're easy to use. I know people talk about Kolinsky Sable brushes. I have one that's like a good quality that I spent like a bunch of money on that I never use because I just don't like it as much as these. And this brush I think was like $8 at Michael's standard with no coupon. You get like a 40% or 50% off coupon and it's going to come down like a lot more. So that's what I would recommend, and you're just going to have to play around with stuff, but that's what I use, and I would recommend it. For ink, again, this is on the cheap, Higgins Black Magic ink. I think it's really great. It works very opaquely. That's why I added a drop to this, and I'm actually going to add another drop because this brown's just not where I want it to be. There we go. It has a little dipstick in it. Once you get low, it's really hard to get the ink out. At that point, I buy a new can and pour the remainder of the old one into it. So I would recommend starting with that. Or not even starting, but that's just what I use, and yeah, that's what I'd recommend. And then I'm, of course, inking here on Bristol. Smooth Bristol is what I prefer as opposed to vellum. But yeah, inking and doing this it's a ton of fun, man. I can't recommend it enough. It's really like soothing to me. It can be frustrating at times, like anything, but practice, practice, practice. I think you'll really enjoy it, Jared. Ben Affleck as a ghostly Wolverine. Sure. Why not? Here's where we're going to add in some of the hair here. And Jared, with inking, another thing is practice is what makes the world go round. You got to just get it and start just drawing. Like when I first started, I was just like drawing lines, hatching, practicing circles, just like all kinds of stuff just to figure out how the brush feels, how the ink feels. Like you just got to be prepared that the first like couple drawings you do just aren't going to be great. Maybe not even that they're not going to be great. They could be amazing. It's just, I know when I first did my first ink drawings, I wasn't happy with the results, but I knew that was normal, that I would just have to practice up and the next time would be better and the time after that would be better, you know? Yeah, man, no problem. Anytime you want art, like, stuff, I don't know, art recommendations or whatever, if I have the knowledge, I always like sharing. Because knowing is half the battle, you guys. Okay, there we go. Bear, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one, man. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah, Jared. Yeah, Inktober, man. Get to it. It's early enough. You can definitely get it, practice up. Okay, let's get some of this ink here in for under the nose. We're going to do the bottom of the nose there in kind of a yellowish. So we're not getting to that right now. But we will soon. Either way, that's good for now. Hello, Bee Killer. How you doing today? Welcome back. Did you get your homework done or whatever you needed to do? Bee Killer, were you? Yeah, it was you last week. You're a Eagles fan, right? Were you happy with the results of the Super Bowl? No, that wasn't you. I'm sorry then. Never mind. My bad. Just got a text. Let's check it. Okay, my bad then. My bad. Things run together in my mind. Yeah, Drawloween was a blast. It's like I almost wish I could do both. Maybe I'll try that. I don't know. That seems like a big time commitment to do both. Light, I bet it did, man. I bet it did. I always liked seeing the little like memes and stuff. They're like, if Philly wins, the city's going to be on fire. If Philly loses, the city is also going to be on fire. That's just funny. Scary Terry and Chloe Price. That's right. Thank you, man. Like I said, I'm sorry. Man, it's things run together for me. I still need to play Life is Strange. There's so many games I need to play that I want to. Okay, let's get some of the underarm and the back of the body here in. And I don't know if you guys can see if it's showing up, but I'm just kind of going loosey-goosey here with the brush, little strokes and dabs and stuff to help sell the illusion of like fur. He's not going to be super hairy, you know, but hairy enough. That's how I'd like to be described. He wasn't super hairy. He was hairy enough. What a compliment. There we go. Okay, good stuff. And then we'll finish off the rest of the arm, the lighter areas, with when we do the yellow ink coming up. Now that's going to be a challenge, because like I said, even like the brown Winsor & Newton inks that I'm using, like you'd think brown would be pretty darn opaque, but nope. Nope, it's super duper translucent. So let's get our human heart shaded in here. I'm just going to use the brown on that because I think that'll be good enough. Pop quiz, everybody. Right now, the section of the heart I'm drawing in, what's it called? We went over this earlier when we had our heart anatomy class lesson. First one to get it wins a no prize. That's this middle section right here with the two little rabbit ear doodads coming out of the top. She's more real, like she's a super well fleshed out character kind of a deal. Alright, and then the heart here. I wonder if yeah. I need to play the game first is what I need to do. Get to know the characters real well. I wonder how many people are right now Google searching. Probably nobody, but I would be. Human hearts. Pretty cool stuff. We can finish the rest of this with the yellow when we get into it later. Let's move on to the other hand here. The red pumpy squirty bit. Yeah, when I go into my cardiologist, I'm like, look man, my red pumpy squirty bit, it's not feeling right. No problem, Bee Killer. You guys, you got to eat your oatmeal daily and avoid cholesterol because you don't want your red pumpy squirty bit to go bad. Those are hard to replace. I like it. I do. I like it. It makes me smile. And at the end of the day, that's important. So thank you, Jared. Okay. Getting these tent flap areas. Some of these nice striation lines here. Some of this hair. Okay, let's wash off our brush really good. Hello again, Bee Killer. Welcome back. Alright, I don't know how this is going to work out, you guys, but we're going to try it. Winsor & Newton Sunshine Yellow, look at that. You can just see like right through it. I can, at least. As always, we're going to use our little eyedropper. These are great to just have around. We're going to need a lot of yellow. Even though we don't need to use a lot, I want a lot of them in there. And get some of this yellow out. Just going to take a drop or two of our brown. And just like one drop. That's it. Okay. Give it a stir. Let's see how it comes out. See how that just immediately ate that yellow? It went from yellow to like brown. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's got too much green in it. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start over and I would rather darken it with Deep Red. Deep Red, which is a great horror movie, by the way. If you guys haven't seen Deep Red, check it out. Once again, super transparent. Doesn't necessarily look it, but believe me, it is. Oh, sorry to hear that, Bee Killer. That sucks, man. And I don't know if you're male or female, but I call everybody man. I do. So I hope nobody takes offense at that. There we go. And I call people dude and bro, too. Doesn't matter. Gender, doesn't matter. Because that's just how I roll. Okay. Little spill over here. So let's mix up our yellow and red. It's still pretty transparent, but we're going to give it a try, see if you can actually get any definition. If not, we'll darken it up. So I can see it. But yeah, in terms of like definition, it's given me nothing. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if this will work or not, but that's half the fun of art, is just use it in here like it's kind of the hair. And then we're going to go over that area again, lighter, with some like brownish, blackish. I do like the orange color it made up. I think it's cool. But it's just not given the definition I want on this. And that's okay. Here's where we get to add in things like just the little bits of almost like shading where the muscles are. Stuff like that. It's definitely giving some kind of effect. I have no idea what it is though, but it's there. So let me get a little bit of, where'd it go? The black. Hello again, Bee Killer. Welcome. I'm going to do a dab there. I'm going to get a bunch of this red. I'm going to use the bigger brush just to get more to put in this pot here. Actually, I might as well just do this. There we go. And then I am just going to just touch this to the black and mix. And you'll probably see how like quickly just that touch of that black magic darkens this up. Actually, I'll do just a tiny bit more. Okay. I'm going to test it down here. Kind of a dark burnt umber color. I don't know. We're going to find out how it looks together. It's still super, super transparent. It's like barely, you could barely see it at all. Bee Killer, these are inks I'm mixing up so that I can outline this drawing. I don't know if I like the effect or not. I haven't decided. It's super transparent. You can see right through it. I know, Light. I got 10 minutes to wrap this thing up before I gotta go. You know what we'll do, though? While we are here, can get a little black. An outline here around the teeth, so we can at least get that area filled in. There we go. Maybe the brush was a little too wet in some areas. That's okay. None of it is a big deal. And yeah, thank you. It is a Wendigo. Thank you. Sorry. And specifically to talk about Wendigo lore, it's made by when somebody eats the flesh of another person. Like cannibalism causes Wendigos. You go out into the cold climates, you start eating folks, you Wendigo. If you're a scholar of like cryptids and stuff like that, you always know at what time you should leave a party because you know when to go. Oh my god. Yeah, this black, I should have just started with this. Because it's definitely defining more, which I like. The other colors were just too transparent. But this is good for the shadow areas. I do like the effect the inks gave on some of the other areas, the translucence. I know, Peggy, I couldn't help myself. You know, I don't have children, but I feel the need to do dad jokes all the time. Alright, underneath the chin here. There we go, that's coming along a little bit better. I think. these go in here. And I kind of like just not doing a crazy amount of outlining on this, actually. Now that I'm kind of into it. Like I said, I like the effect that brown gives. It's just for the big, like, silhouette-y outline parts, it just was not dark enough. It just didn't give the definition that I wanted it to. But just light touches here. Alright, Bee Killer, thank you for stopping by. We'll see you again on the next one. Have a good one. And then, of course, this arm here, the upper arm. The back of the body. Other side of the leg, just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit more of the definition I like. This, I think, will be okay here for doing the tents, because it's a little more transparent, but not too bad. Put some little lines there for fabric. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do any detailing on the trees? I think on just a couple of branches, picking them out, the tops of them, where the light is not shining, will be a good way to just, I don't know, just a little extra definition. There we go. Some extra definition there. I don't want it to get too crazy. Like I said, the background's just more for... It's got to be there, but I don't want it to be a prominent part of the piece. So just like a couple little errant lines, just to give the impression we're in the woods, we're camping, and the Wendigo comes. There we go. Cool. Let me move this so it's not casting a shadow. And then one last thing I want to do before we wrap this sucker up. Oh, come here, marker case. You're getting heavy. Is using lipstick red and dark red. I gotta bloody up this blood just a little more. speckles and dots of blood here and there. And then this lipstick red is great because it's super bright. And make it look good coming off that hand there. And on this hand too. Alright guys. I'm going to call that one quits for today. Thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for the suggestion of doing a Wendigo, Connor Halligan. And everybody else for chiming in and just hanging out and having a good time. Like I said, my wife is out of town next week, so I'll probably be streaming more on some other days. Need some company, you know. So if you guys want to see anything, or you're like, hey, play some video games, or show us Dungeons and Dragons, or draw a dragon, or whatever, hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to see. Maybe we'll get to do something like that. And just have a good, fun time. That's all I'm here to do, you know. Oh, and let me sign this sucker up. I have a pen handy, so I'm just going to do it with the brush, which may or may not turn out bad. I don't know. And it's 18. I can't believe it. But there we go, guys. There's your Wendigo. Hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, anytime you want any recommendations or have any questions on anything, Jared, or like, you know, I'm no art teacher, but I am going to start doing a how-to set of videos. Some people asked for that a while back. But any questions anybody has, let me know always. And yeah, so glad you guys liked it. Thanks for stopping in. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care now. Goodbye.